Hello my gems, welcome back to my channel. So it's Crystal, nice to see you guys. I'm going to do a quick video today about protecting yourself if you're in the dating game. I know some of you guys are dating and you're, I guess getting to know people, and maybe a lot of you are trying to look for your up-leveled man. So very dangerous waters to have to maneuver. If you are dating right now, I salute you. I don't know how you're doing it, but I've compiled a list of tips that I believe will be helpful to the girlies who are looking to avoid low vibrational experiences, sassy men, effeminate men, and abusers and takers. As you're leveling up and as you're becoming more feminine and embodying your goddess energy, it's important to protect that. Feminine energy needs to be protected. A lot of men seek to exploit the femininity of women, which often results in women becoming more masculinized as a form of protection. But nonetheless, if you're on your feminine journey and if you are looking for that special someone, it can be extremely dangerous, like downright dangerous, literally, like safety wise. And it's always been dangerous, but this, especially these days, especially in the West, we're seeing an influx of effeminate men, sassy men, men who want to role reverse, men who want a woman to take care of them financially, a lot of just cognitive dissonance, things that don't make sense. Some men don't believe in chivalry anymore. They don't believe in upholding the traditional roles and decorum that have worked for centuries and eons in the past. Pertaining to finances specifically. And because men are not performing the way they should, it's causing women to not perform the way they should as well, because we now have to exist and operate out of an unnatural role. But anyways, we don't want to get too much into that. You can watch my other videos if you want more information on that. Oh, and also men who think that they're the prize. Yeah, we want to avoid men like that if we want to remain in our feminine. So it's a little list of dating tips if you want to avoid all types of low vibrational experiences with men. And these are not foolproof. None of these tips that I give in any of my videos are foolproof. You can do everything right on paper, right? You can be everything that a woman should be, and it just will not work sometimes, because that is just how life is. So just try your best and try to make smart decisions, logical decisions in your favor, where even if things fall apart, you will gain, right? Again, this is how to protect yourself in this epidemic of effeminate men that we see here unfolding right before our very eyes. So, number one, you want to observe and let them speak, right? You ever heard the quote that goes, silence is virtue, or silence is a virtue? Silence really is a virtue when it comes to women, and feminine women, and women who desire to really embody their femininity. Say less, observe more, and it really is relevant when it comes to dating as well. Let them speak. Don't give up too much information. When you think dating, I want you to think data collection. Dating, data collection, okay? This is, you ever heard of like qualitative research, where you interview a bunch of people and try to collect the data based on their lived experiences that they express to you in said interviews? Yeah, that's what dating is. It's very serious business. This is not something to play with, because out of the people you are dating, one of them may become your husband, right? It's either they're going to be an ex, or they're going to become a husband and eventually an ex-husband, right? I mean, in some scenarios. And oh my God, potentially the father of your children, where your bloodlines will be intertwined forever. Ew. I mean, it can be a great thing, but you want to make sure you're doing the right thing and making the right choice, especially for your kids. My God. When you think of dating, think of data collection. You're supposed to be drawing conclusions about these men based on the raw data that you are collecting. You don't want to make it seem like an interview though, right? You want to make it seem fun. Keep it light, keep the energy light, but you are definitely looking for him to say more than you are saying. You want him to reveal more than you are revealing about yourself. Make sure to pay attention to his body language, read between the lines, observe him, and imitate his personality. That's the best way to get him to open up. It's a little manipulative, but hey, women, they always say that women are more manipulative, but I don't agree with that sentiment. Women, if they're smart and if they're embodied, just recognize their power. They recognize their pull, in a sense, and how they can command certain responses in certain scenarios. So you're just using the things that God has given you and that you were born with, that you have gained through development to get what you want or to get favorable responses, favorable outcomes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Men do the same thing. But be subtle with your data collection. You don't want it to be too formatted. You don't want to have too much of a formatted approach where a person feels like they're literally being interrogated. Don't do that. Be subtle, but you want them to say more. And how you get them to say more is to observe them and imitate their personality right off the bat, right? Like start saying the things that they say, play into their personality so that they'll open up to you and they'll trust you more. So that is the first point. Observe and let them speak less. And remember that dating is data collection, okay? Also, just a little add-on here, I do want to make sure that you ladies are giving these men space to reveal themselves, right? Let them reveal their achievements, their past traumas, their upcoming events that they're excited about, what happened in their last relationship, their vulnerabilities. You need to be able to identify these quickly and make note of them. And with this data that you've now collected, you have to decide how you can get whatever you're trying to get out of them as soon as possible. Or how can you kind of, I don't want to say break him because that sounds so barbaric, but like how to make a significant impression on him. So you have to think about it. It's either you or him. And a lot of ladies, this is where we go wrong. I don't know if some women are just excited to be in the presence of a man, or we're just like, oh my God, he's so cute, or we're just so desperate to have companionship that we get in front of a man and we just start telling everything. And you're just giving him all the information he needs to be able to access you. And then by the time you're on the third date, you're already so wrapped up into him because you didn't take a logical approach. You gave the person that you're in competition with all of your ammo. And that's what it is. This is a game. Dating is a game, okay? Get used to it. A lot of women say, oh, I don't like games. Well, you better start playing because games will be played when you're dating. And it's either you or him. Someone is going to be smart enough to realize that they need to be approaching this with a qualitative research mindset. And it's either going to be you or him. So you want to make sure, and you must make sure, that you are the smarter or more intelligent party in this pairing. Women and men, we play different games. We are on a different timeline. We're just different, and you have to look out for yourself. I'm not saying, or I'm not promoting to screw anybody over. I'm not saying to scam anyone or be a thief or anything like that. I don't stand for that by any means, in any capacity. But I'm just saying, ladies, say less. Say less. We don't have to say much. Sometimes I feel like women need to realize we don't have to do much. We feel like we do have to prove that we're like such a cool girl, or we're so much of this and we're so much of that. No, that gives off desperate energy. That gives off accept me energy, love me. No, you need to set him up to prove himself to you. But I don't want to get too much ahead of myself because I do have other points to share, but I just wanted to add that. The second tip is to identify their intentions as soon as possible. Identify their intentions with you as soon as possible. And if it's not clear what their intentions are, then that is not a good sign, and you can safely assume the worst. Number 3, you have to put yourself in their shoes and identify what it is that they gain from interacting with you. Really, the only vantage point that matters in dating is the vantage point of the man. And let me explain why. What they think of you doesn't determine your worth in the grand scheme of things, but it determines your worth to him. And once you figure that out, then you'll be able to gauge where you are in the relationship and how seriously you should take it, whether you should continue dating other people and things like that. You want to put yourself in their shoes and view yourself from their eyes so that you can calculate whether or not they're a threat or how much of a threat they are, what exactly is threatening about them. And yeah, you'll be able to see their true intentions. So it's important to put yourself in their shoes. Number 4, don't open up. Don't open up at all. But you want to give the impression that you're opening up. Like I said before, it's important for you to replicate his personality. Don't open up, okay? You want to make sure you're giving him false information. Little snippets of truth can be in there, right? But you shouldn't really be revealing yourself too much. As much as possible, give false information and then see what he does with it. You know? Give them snippets of false information, and if they throw this false information back in your face, then you know you're dealing with a person who you probably should just leave them where they are. They probably don't mean you well, and yeah. Number 5, and this is probably my favorite actually, is play dumb. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain by playing dumb, making yourself appear weaker, more naive, less capable than you are. Make it seem like you're not that impressive in terms of your achievements. Like, just play like you're just a regular girl, like, you know, whatever. Even if you have like so many things going for you, you just want to play it down, because first of all, bragging about your achievements is very much masculine. I don't care what anybody says. Most men do not care about the fact that you're so successful and you have like multiple businesses, multiple streams of income. You shouldn't really be leading with that. And you should be more coy about your achievements. Like, say, I just do well for myself, for example. But yeah, play dumb, ladies. Like, you know, you gain nothing by being the smartest person in the room and knowing everything. Even if you do know a lot, always downplay it. You must downplay it. And you don't have to like embarrass yourself or humiliate yourself or anything. Like, just make sure they know that it's like, oh, bless her heart, you know, but not, you know, because those people sometimes are the smartest and they're just playing dumb. They're playing innocent, like they don't know what's going on. So I think it's way smarter to take that stance than to be like, oh, I know everything, I can catch on to everything. Okay, telling people that is not very intelligent, and it's going to make it that much harder for you to play your game. So that concludes my video. That's my little list of tips on how to allow shady people, especially when you're dating, to kind of reveal themselves, and how you should act to position yourself in a way so that you can win no matter the outcome. I hope you ladies enjoyed. Like and subscribe, join the community. Make sure to apply these tactics and let me know how it goes. So thank you for watching as always. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.